Hi guys, welcome to my page. This is Callie here. Today we're going to be talking about how to start your Amazon business, your FBA business. We're going to be talking about what you need to set up and build your Amazon FBA business. Okay, I'm looking down here because I have a lot of notes. And I want to get this right for you guys and make sure that you guys understand that everything that I'm going to be saying and I don't leave anything out. And another thing is going to be a lot like Derek's because, like I told you guys, I'm learning from him. I'm not actually learning from a lot of different YouTubers or anything like that. I'm actually learning from his page and making sure that, everything that I'm going to be telling you guys, you can look it up on his page or whatever. And I'm just writing it all down, make sure that you guys understand what you guys do need to build an Amazon page, seller account actually. So first thing is that you need to make a seller account, which is on Amazon Seller Central. Seller Central, you go there and you make an account, which is either a individual account or a professional account. The difference between those two are that the professional account you pay $39, $39.99, and there you can use PVC. And you can do other, it's more professional, and I really recommend you getting a professional account than having an individual account, because if you have a professional account, it makes you push forward to try to do what you want to do. So if you have an individual account and you're thinking about it and you're going to be like, oh, I want to do it, but I'm not too sure that I want to do this, then I don't really recommend you getting an individual account. You should get a professional account that pushes you, and you're wasting money, so it pushes you to go and keep doing it. If you're that kind of person that's not too decisive and you're kind of like me, so I use that. Second thing that you need to do is form an LLC, which is a license, like a license company or something like that. I'm gonna put I think a link to that. I don't have that yet, so it's not totally necessary yet, but at the long run, you do need that. And another thing that you do need to get is an EIN number, which is an IRS number that they give you so you can actually sell, anything that has to do with taxes. That's the number that you're going to be using for the EIN number. So you really need that. All you have to do is go to irs.gov and you get an ENI number, sorry, and it's associated with an LLC. So as soon as you do that, you're ready. You just build your seller account, which I'm gonna make a video on that later on. I just have to figure out how to record my computer so you guys can actually see it. So then after you do all that, you need product research. And I use Viral Launch because that was the first thing I was actually introduced to, which Darius Struggle introduced me to that when I didn't know nothing about Jungle Scout. A lot of people use that, but I'm using Viral Launch. I've heard that mostly they're the same thing, but Viral Launch happens to be a little bit better. People recommend it more, so I do recommend that one better. Viral Launch helps you to product research. Tells you the numbers, like how much money people are making and all that. So all you have to do is go to virallaunch.com or Viral Launch on Google it, and you'll find out. If not, I'll try to get the link so you guys can actually just press it and just go to Viral Launch. Another thing is that you need to decide if you're gonna be broad or specific, and what I mean by that is like, broad is like you're gonna go to different like products, which is whatever's in or whatever's in trend, that's what you're gonna sell. So being broad means that you're gonna go with whatever product is in right now and is selling and all that. If you're gonna be specific is mostly like if you're gonna go into the beauty industry and you're gonna do anything that has to do with beauty, like eyeshadow, lipsticks, anything that has to do with that specific area, that's what is called specific. From what I understand right now, the beauty part, the beauty category is gated. So I don't know how to get yourself ungated, but I will try to figure that part out because I'm kind of interested. I'm interested in going into the makeup industry. That's what I really like. But, you know, I did find out that it's gated, so we need to find out how to ungate ourselves from that. So I'll do that later in another video. Another thing is you have to, when you're using your viral launch and your product research tool, you have to make sure that it fits your criteria. You know, like it fits into like the categories that it's making a certain amount, and that it's you know, it has less than 75 reviews. Its first 10 have 75 reviews, or you know, it could be a little bit more, but it can just stay into the 75 category because it makes it easier for you to get into that marketing. You don't have that much competition and stuff like that, so you have to make sure that it's making at least more than 20,000 or 30,000 revenue or something like that. You have to check that your product is not trademarked or patented. That's another thing. I think it's I looked on Google and I just put the product and stuff like that, but sometimes people hire somebody just to let them know if the product that they chose is not patented, sorry, or trademarked. Because if you do have that issue with your product, you can get sued and your listing could get taken off. So, I mean, try not to have anything that's like that, so you don't have a headache later on and waste your money on a product that you don't know if it's going to work or not. Another thing, check if your product is not seasonal, because as a new seller, you want to make sure that the first product that you have, you can keep selling for a long time, because that's going to be your first product, you know. So later on with time, if you want to like get something for the summer and buy it like around winter time or springtime or whatever, and you want to stock up on it, so for summertime you already have it or whatever, that's good, you know. But just make sure for your first product it's not seasonal, because from what I understand, your first product is like your product that keeps going and picks you up and has you up there. So another thing that we need to do is contact and find suppliers in Alibaba. So we use Alibaba. I use it. A lot of people use it. It's Alibaba.com, and you can find suppliers from China, and they help you with whatever category you picked. You just put in a search bar and try to find whatever you found that for you works, you know, like whatever you like. Because they're gonna sell you, maybe you put a product in and they're gonna come up with a whole bunch of different types of them, you know. Like if you pick eyeshadow, they're gonna have a lot of different eyeshadows, or if you pick the shirt, they're gonna have a lot of different shirts. So just make sure you pick the right one and you talk to the right suppliers, and make sure that they're, you know, that they're working with you and what you want and the quality and everything. Okay, the other thing, is you have to make sure you check the quality of the supplier, which is right there. When you're on Alibaba, you're gonna put trade assurance, and you're gonna put gold supplier, which means that they have been with Alibaba for a long time. They have done a lot of different you know, they've been there for a long time, so they've been able to help other people that are selling on Amazon, eBay, or whatever they're selling in for a long time. So if you push, you know, you click and make sure that you click on gold supplier and trade assurance, that will protect you in the long run. So, and then another thing that we have to do is contact suppliers. Let me see. Yeah, you have to contact your suppliers, but make sure that when you're contacting your suppliers, you do not sound crazy. Make sure you sound as professional as you can. Try to find templates. I actually use Derek's templates, and they actually have been very good to me. So I use it, and if it's okay with him, or maybe you can look on his website, but if it's okay with him, I might ask him if it's okay if I can put it here. It's actually his, it's not mine. But it's been very good to me. I have used it, and I start with it, and then I keep, you know, typing, whatever, you know. Just make sure you sound like you're a company. You're not at home doing nothing. Just make sure you sound, you know, smart, or you sound like, you know what you're doing, because as soon as they know that you don't know what you're doing, the prices are gonna be crazy. They're not going to work with you. They're going to make sure that, you know, they can, you know, how can I explain it? They're just going to play with the prices. So, and sometimes it's not going to be to your advantage. So, okay, the other thing that I was going to tell you guys, you have to order a sample product, because you do not want to be selling products to your customers that are bad quality. You have to make sure that the quality that you picked is something that you're not going to get bad reviews on, because people are going to be mad because whatever you're selling does not fit the quality criteria, and it doesn't make them feel good about it, and they're going to just write bad reviews about your product. So you don't want that. You want to make sure that you have a sample, and get that sample before anything. Just get that sample, and then check that if the quality is good. After you do that, you have to make sure that you're gonna negotiate your shipping prices, and negotiate your prices that they're gonna give you. So make sure that the price that they give you is something reasonable. Make sure that it fits into, you know, you use your viral launch. Make sure that you put the numbers there. Make sure that you're making a 30% profit, 35% profit or more. That way you know that you're making profit off your product that you got. So another thing that you have to do is you're going to get the estimation of your shipping costs, because when you put everything together, you're going to know how much you're going to pay in the long run. So, I mean, it's an estimation, because in the beginning, you don't have an address to an Amazon warehouse yet. So, use I use my zip code. And with that, I actually got like a little bit of an estimate of how much it's going to cost to get sent to wherever it's going to get sent. So, another thing, let's see. Then you have to create your logo. After you create your logo, and you can send it to your supplier, and they will stick that baby into your product. So I got my logo from Fiverr, and let me tell you that it's a great place, because it works with a lot of different prices. So it can start from $5, $10, up to like I've seen $1,000. It depends on how good you want your logo, what you're going to use it for. For right now, since I'm just barely starting right now, I just paid, I think it was $15 for my logo. And I really loved it, honestly, to tell you the truth. I loved it. It does have a little bit of a, you know, something with the black. It doesn't go on other black things, so I have to figure that out. I have to change it to white. But I love my logo, so, and it actually makes you feel like you're actually doing something good. So get your logo. Another thing you're going to have to do is create your shipping label and send it to your supplier after. So after you do all that, and you have your estimation and you place your order, you're going to create your shipping labels, which is your, you know, you're going to go to Seller Central and put all the information, and then you're going to have to send them the labels. Let's see. So we got the first page covered. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of the information I'm trying to tell you guys. Because I'm here, you know, trying to do my best, and we'll see how it goes. Let's go to the next page. Okay, see, yeah. On the part where I was telling you guys, contacting and finding suppliers, you do have to purchase a UPC code, which you have to send to your suppliers, because each product that you have has to have a UPC code. It's just like if you have a can of corn or whatever, you go to the store, everybody has their own PC code. So if you have a product, one product, and it looks the same, let's say I have one lipstick, and that lipstick is pink. So I have one barcode for that one lipstick. So if I have two lipsticks with that one is pink and one is burgundy, I'm supposed to have two barcodes. Even if I have 100, and 100 of these, they're two different barcodes, but I have to make 100 and 100, you know, so, but it's two different barcodes, and you can use that one barcode for like your 100 units, your 200 units or whatever. So hopefully you guys understood that part. If not, you just write a comment, and I'll try to explain it a little bit better than what I probably did right now. Okay, another thing, and this is optional. You either hire a freight forwarder, so that person can, you know, so they can make sure that it gets from the Amazon, not from the Amazon, sorry, from the Chinese warehouse to the Amazon warehouse, and you don't have to deal with none of that. And make sure it's a DDP service that they give you, because you don't want to have, you know, you don't want to have to put more money into it, because you're going to have to go find an inspector and all that stuff. So make sure it's optional, but we can do a little bit more research on that and try to get a freight forwarder, or just use maybe FedEx or UPS. For mine, I use, for this one that I just did for my first shipment, I'm using FedEx. So they're actually really good with giving you the whole service. So hopefully it goes good. If it doesn't go good, I'll let you guys know. Let me see. Next thing is, after you do that, you have to create your own listing, which is you're going to your seller account on Seller Central, and you're going to list your product as a new product. After you do that and you put them as a new product, you're going to, you know, create your description or bullet points, make sure it's popping so everybody see it and stuff. Make sure that you're doing it to inspire somebody else to buy it. You gotta just pretend that somebody else is you reading it. And if it sounds boring to you, you better change that. So, you know, because you gotta make sure that people buy something that they're interested in. So let's try to be unique and get those bullet points going and catching them eyes to, you know, make sure that they buy your product. Okay, optimizing. Okay, optimizing is, I kind of understood it this way, whereas that you list your product so other people, like, you put as many keywords that relates to your product, but that as many people might put, you know, to find that product. So if it's like a baby product or something like that, baby wipes, baby clothing, or baby hygiene or whatever, but that has to do with your product. So that's optimizing your listing. Another thing, if your Alibaba supplier does not have professional pictures, you need to get somebody to help you take some professional pictures of your product, make sure it looks nice and whatever, so somebody else can see it and you know, it's inspired to buy your product. If they don't have it, but if you can ask your supplier, do you have any professional pictures? That way you can just post them and, you know, do a good job. Try to make sure the pictures are good so you can post the pictures and you can have a good listing. Let's see. And launching your product. That's actually what I'm going to be working on after, because right now my product is being manufactured. It hasn't got shipped yet. So my next step, which is my next step, is launching my product. So launching your product, you have to build reviews, at least 10 reviews. Either they can be verified or non-verified. I think you can do 5 and 5. Verified means that somebody bought your product and they're giving you a review because they already tried it and they already used it. Unverified means that you probably had somebody from a review group or anything give you a review, or they give you a review without buying the product. So pretty much they didn't even try your product, but they're giving you a review on it. So that's unverified. You can have those reviews, but it's much better for you to have verified reviews, because people work on what people say works and doesn't work. So it's very good to do that. Second, you have to start doing giveaways. That's one thing I have to learn to do. I'm actually going to be looking online and trying to find out how the giveaways work. I do know that you have to, giveaways are kind of like when you give a discount, like a 90% discount, 80% discount. You have to do a certain amount to rank to the first pages of the Amazon website. So doing giveaways is very important. You have to do the giveaways along with, you have to be running PPC. So PPC is when people click on an advertisement or something, and for PPC you have to pay and make sure that you can use those. You have to run both of them so you can actually start ranking and making better sales, because ranking to the first pages is very important, because people are not going to look for your product on the 30th, 40th page, because a lot of people don't. So First 10 pages people will look, but after that they won't. So, and then you have to continue to keep ranking, you know, ranking your page to the first page. That's what's going to get you there. So let's get to the next thing. After that, after you're done doing all that, you have to build a portfolio of your Amazon setting, your scaling and stuff like that. You have to continue restocking whatever your product is before it runs out of stock. Because if you don't do that, your ranking is going to go, it's going to affect your ranking really bad. So make sure that if you have your first product, you're going to make sure that you restock that. Restock it, don't let it run out. And remember that Alibaba, when they're doing your orders, they have them in a certain, you know, everybody orders as your turn, and it's gonna take a while. So if you know that you're gonna run out, you need to restock. Then you have to look for your second and your third and your fourth and so on products. You know, make sure that you don't just stay stuck with one product. You know, keep looking for other products. Keep looking for something to help you grow, and make sure that these products are, you know, all you have to do is like keep going. The first things that I told you, it's like like a cycle. You know, you got to keep going around and around and until you get it to perfection. You're gonna run into problems, but you're gonna get there. And let's see, build a problem for Amazon portfolio income. So yeah, that's kind of what I was telling you guys. The last thing is that you build it and create a powerful machine that, you know, you're actually selling products, and you're doing one step after the other, after the other, after the other, but in cycles. So if you get all of this down, you should be able to run your own business from home. And like I said, I really hope this video helped you guys out somehow. Later on, I will be doing a video on how to create your seller account and all these other little things that I was showing you guys right now, or telling you guys about right now. I'm going to try to do a video of one by sections, so that way you guys understand a little bit better. And I'll understand a little bit better, because sometimes when you do things, you actually learn more than when you're just watching. Right now, a lot of you guys might be like, what is she saying? Like, I don't really understand. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Really, I really hope it helped you guys out. And I really want you guys to push forward and keep going, and make sure that don't give up, you know, because don't give up. So if you found this video inspiring, or if you want to keep following my journey, because remember, this is beginning. Right now, this is beginning. I don't know in a couple months how I'm going to be. I do know that I'm going to keep working hard, and I don't know if I'm going to have a new house, new car, whatever. I don't know that. So follow my journey. Make sure that you subscribe, you press subscribe, and you press the like button. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure that we keep in contact. So peace. See you guys.